How we begin life is not something we have any control over. We cannot pick the day of our birth, the family we are born into, the name we are given at birth, the nation we are born in, or our ancestry. However, that does not mean that we can't change how our life will come about afterward. Just because a person was born poor does not mean this person is permanently poor. In fact, there are billionaires who are self-made, such as Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. We eventually desire to be successful, to become rich. However, not everyone was born rich. When people are born poor, the difficulty becomes higher, and usually people get trapped in a cage due to poverty. They always have to live like they were in survival mode just to get by another day. This is especially heightened by circumstances such as a lack of education, increasing cost of living, early pregnancy, and etc. This video was done exactly to show the fundamental steps you can take to escape poverty and finally become wealthy. So make sure to watch until the end. For the very first step, assess your finances. This step requires you to record the money coming in and coming out, just like an accountant. You should jot down the money you spend buying necessities, paying bills and other expenditures, as well as your sources of income. Later on, you can subtract your expenses from your income to see how much money remains. The process may be hassling, but you must persevere. You should know where the money goes so that you can eventually decide where to wisely use your money. You might be shocked that a portion of them might have been saved for greater use. For the second step, you have to recognize that changes are necessary. When people get used to doing something, they tend to be wary of change. After all, it is easier to get by with something you're already used to working on rather than learning how to adapt to change. However, change is necessary for progress, and nothing can be changed if a person is averse to change. There are people who are used to living in poverty so much that they didn't care enough to come out of it. They remain there in the cycle of going about every day as a poor person. This is definitely not the way to live if you want to be rich. Thus, you have to recognize that changes should be made. Sacrifices are necessary. You have to change yourself, including your mindset and attitude. Other people will also be sacrificed, especially the ones with a bad influence on you. These sacrifices are necessary for your own growth, especially if you want to be wealthy. For the third step, you should learn how to become frugal. For this step, you have to live by the bare minimum. This may be one of the most difficult steps there is for a person's transition from poverty to wealth. You only use your money strictly for necessities only. You must endure your desire to meet your cravings, buy unnecessary products, and avail subscriptions. Starting is easy, but being consistent about it isn't. You can't just be frugal and decide to only do it for a week. You have to be consistent. The longer you do this, the better your chances are of escaping poverty. You must know that as time goes by, the cost of living continues to rise. The prices of products, properties, and food kept getting higher as years went by. If you keep staying poor over time, the harder it will be for you to escape due to the rising costs. Always remember that you are offering your sacrifices right now to get a good shot for the future. The time will come when you will be out there. You just have to persevere. For the fourth step, find ways to get income. To gain your income, you should consider looking for jobs, and if possible, work multiple jobs. This, in combination with simple living, maximizes your income while minimizing your expenses. This may prove difficult. In a way, you can reward yourself due to your frugal living after a hard day's work. But sacrifices such as this are required if you want to escape from poverty. Think about your dreams, your family, and your future children. Surely you want to handle your life the way you want, so you shouldn't quit. Look for many opportunities, be it online or through your connections. This will pay you back a whole lot in the near future. For the fifth step, pay your dues. Since you're starting to accumulate some money, the first thing you have to pay for isn't a property, a car, or a personal business. Rather, it's debt. Debt is like a cage. As long as you have it, then you won't be able to escape poverty. Make sure to pay debts that have huge interests first because they can possibly rise so much more in the future. If you don't have debt, then you are already at a very good spot and should never ever consider loaning unless you can confidently pay it off. For the sixth step, always take the opportunities for you to save more money. If someone you know, such as a friend, asks to treat you somewhere to eat, then do not refuse. Grab that free food you can have as your lunch and you're basically saving your money. If you can just walk home instead of riding taxis, then it would be better, even with some small exercise as an added benefit. If you have a friend, co-worker, or neighbor who are experts in their own right and offer to teach you about money, then grab the opportunity and learn from them. Basically, you don't have to be the one doing everything for yourself. If a friend offers to help you, then there is no reason for you to keep your pride and refuse. Always remember that what you're doing now is contributing to your great future. For the seventh step, look for opportunities to increase your income. After getting a job, you can't just permanently stay there and expect that it was the limit of your income. If you can find a better paying job or be offered a promotion, then you should go for it. You shouldn't let your income stagnate. If you cannot boost your income because you're at your limit, then increasing your salary definitely is a way for you to increase your gains. Make sure that what you'll get will be higher than your previous income. For the eighth step, improve your credit score. You must be wondering why after making you pay your debt, you suddenly have to loan again. Now, this is very different from the debt in step 5. This time, you're having debts that you can definitely pay off. If you are good at paying your debt, your credit score will eventually rise and you will get great deals in the future. If you can pay your debt in advance, then do so. If you have 6 months of debt and you can pay it in 3 months, then go for it. This will push your credit score higher. In the future, the people involved with money will know that you're reliable when it comes to money. For the ninth step, transfer your heavy debt somewhere where you can get better deals. Now that you've built your credit score, you can approach a bank with it to get better terms for your previous debts. Tell them about the debt you have with the unfavorable terms. Demonstrate your improved credit and have it paid off, which will result in a better financial state for you. This will make your heavy debt smoother for you because you can pay off your debts more quickly than before. For the 10th step, keep at least 3 to 6 months worth of emergency funds. Unexpected things can happen in life. This includes accidents that can endanger you or your family. If not, there might be cases of disasters such as fires, floods, and earthquakes. If this happens and you weren't prepared for it, you might fall into debt. Therefore, you should save at least a month's worth of emergency funds. This way, you can have some extra money enough to pay off some of your medical bills and other necessities. The more you gain, the more you should save so that you can save yourself in your time of need. This is also a way for you to avoid buying unnecessary things and instead focus on saving money for a greater purpose. For the 11th step, develop skills and make a business out of it. This is the time for you to start preparing yourself to transition from being poor to the middle class. In order for money to come to you, you should remember that you don't chase money. Instead, you look for problems and identify ways on how to solve them. Of course, to solve problems, you need the necessary skills. These skills can be developed even for free by taking advantage of the internet. You literally can learn how to use software such as Photoshop somewhere on YouTube. If you can develop your skills for free, then make sure to do so. Later on, you can use these skills to earn money in the future. For the 12th step, start working with a group. Imagine you have a single stack of money. This stack cannot buy the property you need for your business. Thus, if you partner with other people and get more money to meet your needs, then you have successfully reached a milestone for your business. Of course, in return, you also help them earn more money and expand their own businesses. Still, make sure that the people you partner with are reliable and trustworthy, because some of them might deliberately make you lose money. For the last step, start your business. This step is where you jump and fly away from poverty and enter the gates of the wealthy. If you want to be rich, you can't just be an employee forever. If you work as an employee, you have a set amount of income, while if you own a business, your income isn't permanent and has more opportunities to grow. Your life will also change. Days of you having fixed hours won't be the case anymore, because if you're a business owner, then you will have a flexible schedule. You will be free to work however much or little you desire or require. You will have the freedom to pursue your priorities and aspirations. We all know that poverty is a very difficult prison to escape from. However, there are ways to come out of it. You can use these steps as guideposts toward your journey away from poverty. Do not expect to become rich without sacrifice and hard work. Make your future your motivation and never lose your vision. Do comment down below with your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next